Okay, today we're going to learn about value scale, going from a lightest shade to a darkest shade. So you have a long rectangle, and we're going to divide it up to make it 6 boxes. And we're going to leave the first box white, but the last box will be as dark as you can get it with your pencil, and you're going to keep shading over and over again to get the darkest value that you can. And you might have to shade over it in different directions, but this is where you're going to have your darkest color or grayscale, because you can do a value scale using regular pencil, colored pencil, pastel, really any medium where you can do different shades. So now, in the box next to the white, I'm going to shade really lightly. And that one I just might shade over once, because in my next one, when I first shade it in, it's going to be just as light as box number 2, but if I keep going over it, it'll get to be a little bit darker. And now as I head to box number 4, again, it starts off looking pretty light and very similar to the box next to it, but each time I go over it, I try to go over it in a different direction. I might have to move my paper around. But now that I've shaded over it in 4 different directions, it's now darker than the first one. So now I'm looking to get a value in between this medium gray shade and the darkest gray shade. And again, I'm always going to start out lighter because it's easier to go darker after going light. And if you make it too dark, it gets harder to erase. So each time I go over it, I just make it a little bit darker and darker, trying to go in different directions so that my color is even. Changing the direction of my paper as needed. And now I have 6 different values, starting with white and going to the darkest gray I can make with my pencil, and all these different other shades of gray in between. The end.